Hello everyone. As promised, I did promise that I was going to make a video about the things that you need to discuss as a couple before you say, "Will you marry me?" and before you say, "I will." So, things that you need to discuss with your partner before popping the question or deciding on getting married. Many people have different versions of what dating is, so I'm not going to touch on the other versions, but only on the exclusive relationship with the potential to grow into a marriage. It is all fun and games while you are still dating, therefore missing the bigger picture. A lot of marriages break early on because now the parties are surprised by all these new things that the other is bringing up or their surroundings, i.e., family and friends. Many couples get so caught up in the excitement of romance that they forget marriage isn't just about love. It's about partnership, shared values, and understanding. While dating can be lighthearted and fun, it's easy to overlook deeper issues that only surface once you said, "I do." As South Africans, our relationships are often influenced by culture, family, and community. Therefore, it's very important to have honest conversations before taking the next step. Many marriages break down early because partners are surprised by new expectations, habits, or family dynamics that were never discussed before the wedding. Let's look at a few things that you need to discuss as a couple before you ask, "Will you marry me?" and before you say, "I will." I will not be able to cover everything that I want to in this video, so book premarital sessions with me and we will unpack everything there. Number 1, family dynamics and boundaries. In our culture, family is everything, but that can also mean that parents, siblings, or extended relatives have strong opinions about your relationship. How involved should family be in your relationship or your marriage? Do they have a say in everything, or will you agree on boundaries that you will both set for both of your families? To the ladies, boundaries are not just for his side of the family. His mother gets all of it, while your mother becomes a third wheel in your marriage. What you do on the right-hand side must be done on the left if you like peace. Your partner might not say much, but trust me, he is observing. The best is not to allow anyone else except the two of you to dictate your marriage. So yes, they can have their opinions. Everyone is entitled to have one, but that doesn't mean you have to act on them. Family members with the worst marriages, relationships, and worst lives in general will also have opinions. You do not need a rocket scientist to tell you that their opinions don't matter. Your own mother's or father's opinion might be your downfall. Be careful who you listen to. What are your expectations around traditional duties like boma lobola, if applicable, or family gatherings? Do you even believe in those traditional things? What will happen in the event that only one of you believes in tradition and the other one doesn't? Does one person stay behind during those events, or you will do what is best for your partner and drag yourself there? Remember, marriage is about compromise. It's all about we now, no more I. How will you manage conflicts that involve in-laws? And trust me, there will be conflicts that will involve in-laws. You just have to know how to approach them and from what angle. Never allow in-laws to come between the two of you. When you choose to marry, you leave your mother and father. These sums up your entire family, old family. No one is exempted. You leave them to become one with your partner. Therefore, no one else matters besides the two of you. Healthy boundaries and mutual respect for each other's families are essential. However, respect doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice your own happiness and your partner's peace to please your old family. Some family members have no good intentions for you. Never burn yourself in order to keep everyone else warm, not even your partner. Number 2, finances. This is extremely important. Money is one of the top reasons couples argue or divorce. How do you each view money? Who is the spender and who is the saver? Do you balance each other? Dearest spender, you have to also be willing to work hard for that money. You can't just be a spender but you don't even know how to generate that money. You have to earn the money that you want to spend. Will you combine your finances or keep them separate? Are you willing to know each other's pockets in and out? If you find it difficult to discuss your finances with your partner right now while you are still dating, you are not ready yet to get married. No successful marriage started with secrecy. You lose a bit of your autonomy when you say I do. Do you have debt? Skoloto. And how will it affect your future together? No one wants to start a new life with debt. Hence, I always advise my clients to never take out a bank loan for the wedding. Instead of enjoying your honeymoon phase, you will be arguing about finances. Trust me, and this is my own personal experience, when I am broke, my kind of broke, or in a financial predicament, I'm always angry and fighting with people. It feels like the world owes me money, and that anger is also expressed at home. Rather help each other pay those debts before committing officially. Remember, you get married way before you say I do. A stable and exclusive relationship already has the marriage characteristics before you formalize it. Hell, some people are more married than the actual married couples. What are your financial goals? Buying property, investing, children's education. Talk about these things. They are unfortunately part of life. Be transparent about your current financial situation and habits. It's not unromantic, it's responsible. Number 3, faith and values. So you see, Mzansi, in South Africa, we are a diverse nation with many faiths and belief systems. Do you share the same religious or spiritual values? If not, how are you going to work around that? There are people who are hell-bent on what they believe in, and that being the only belief that matters. It's just being prejudiced. Firstly, if you are dating someone who doesn't believe in the same things that you believe in, why are you with that person, especially if you're not willing to change, but you want the other person to change? You must be willing to accommodate the other person. Are you hoping to change them? That's mistake number 1. You cannot change anyone unless they want to change. Therefore, I foresee problems in future. Ask yourself how important faith is in your daily life and decision making. Is everything about you, who you are, and who you aspire to be tied entirely to your faith? If so, please find someone who is on the same level as you. There is no workaround. Your entire being, your soul, is defined by your faith. The same goes for your partner who has their own beliefs and they are hell-bent on who they are. If you decide to take a leap of faith, how will you raise your children in terms of religion and tradition? Which one will win? You already have issues even before you conceive. Are you willing to raise your children both religiously and traditionally? Differences in faith or values can work. It does work most of the time, but only if you both approach them with respect and understanding. And each of you must be willing to meet the other halfway. If I'm a non-believer and you are a believer, you must be willing to spend the rest of your life with a non-believer and not hope that the non-believer will start believing, because now you are waiting for something that might not happen and you might actually be disappointed if it doesn't happen. So do not have expectations of your partner changing and believing in what you believe in. Accept your partner for who they are and accept the fact that they will also accept you for who you are. In a marriage, you compromise. You understand the other. You do not drag the other one to actually believe in what you believe in. You become a narcissist. Remember, even in Christianity, there are different types of Christians, and we are very stereotypical against one another. For example, there's Bazalwani, there's ZCC, Mudise, Apostolis, Gubu, Watchtowers, you name it. We believe in Christianity, but our Christianity is different. So you have to be very cognizant of that. Just because I believe in Christianity doesn't mean that I believe in your version of Christianity. Number 4, mental and emotional health. We are woke now, hey? We live in a world where the majority of us know what mental health is, right? Before marriage, talk about mental health openly and without shame or prejudice. How do you each deal with stress, anger, or disappointment? If you are ready to move to the next step, it means that you have done your due diligence and have observed and or experienced some sort of stress, anger, or disappointment from your partner. Things cannot always be smooth sailing, even for the perfect relationships. You have an idea of their reactions towards your anger, your stress, and your disappointment issues. However, you might not have observed enough or learned enough to say, I understand my partner. So you have to talk about these things. Have either of you experienced trauma or mental health challenges that might need ongoing support? Talk about your childhood, your teenage years, and your adult lives. Most of that which will shape a person happens during childhood and teenage years. You are who you are because of things that happened when you were younger. Are you open to therapy or counseling, individually or together? This is very important because one day you might need that therapy. I actually find it very surprising lately that the majority of people who inquire about therapy are men than women. I often have to persuade the women to agree to come to therapy with their partners. What has changed and what is changing? That is a topic for another day. Premarital counseling. It's always available through therapists, churches, and other community organizations. They can help couples build emotional awareness and resilience. Just a word of advice from me as a therapist. If you decide to seek premarital advice from your church, please also see a non-religious therapist for at least 2 sessions. Even if they are not non-religious, even though they are religious, they don't base their practice on religion, but general therapy. You have to remember that your matrimonial bedroom is neither a church nor an altar. We don't go to the bedroom to open the Bible and preach to each other how we're supposed to touch each other or kiss each other or be intimate with one another. Those are the things that should be happening between the two of you. Therefore, some churches or community organizations might frown upon talking about those type of things. Therefore, you need a therapist who will help you navigate through the whole premarital sessions or counseling. Again, your matrimonial bedroom is not a church service, nor an altar. Number 5. Roles, responsibilities, and gender expectations. In this day and age, many relationships are still shaped by traditional gender roles, and it needs to change. It's important to ask, what does partnership mean to you? Union. It means union. It's self-explanatory. How will you share household chores, child rearing, and decision making? Chores should be shared equally. Actually, in a healthy relationship, you do not even need to allocate them. Everyone just does them if and when they can. No one is born a freaking robot to run around the whole house the entire day, then also has to work, and some of you study. Child rearing. Man, your time with your children is not called babysitting. It's called parenting. There will be no pat on the back. It's your freaking responsibility. Decision making should always include the both of you. You will not always agree on things, but you will always agree to disagree after communicating and discussing your decisions. One cannot come and say, I have decided. You will say to your partner, I was thinking of doing 1, 2, 3. What do you think? That's how you start a conversation. In a marriage, you do not act and ask for forgiveness later. Your partner is not your parent. That might have worked with you and your parents. It ain't gonna work in a marriage because that means one of you is a fucking narcissist. Are you both comfortable with each other's career ambitions? Ask my guy. Maybe your partner wants to have an OnlyFans page, a porn site. Are you willing to support their career choices? Nowadays, people have vlogs or blogs, and they are very active on social media. And you are a very reserved, quiet life type of person. Will you manage? Or will you try to change their course? It is very unfair to try and change a person's career. To have a career is an individual effort. It is not sexually transmitted. Therefore, you have to be very clear about your career goals and expectations as well. Equality in marriage doesn't mean sameness. It means balance, communication, and mutual respect. Just because we are equal in our marriage doesn't mean we forget the most important aspect of our relationship. Mutual respect. Please pay attention to the word mutual. Number 6. Conflict resolution. Every couple argues. What matters is how you argue. Do you raise your voice, shut down, or withdraw? Rather raise your voice than shut down or withdraw. There's nothing as painful as silent treatment and withdrawal from someone you love. See, when you love someone, it should hurt when they are not talking to you or touching you. If it doesn't, then you are falling out of love, or you just simply didn't love them in the first place. An hour of silence is enough to calm down, and then we discuss it with respect. We talk to one another and not at each other. Never go to bed angry. If you can peacefully sleep while you guys are fighting, I know. Need I say more? How do you handle disagreement or criticism? Good communication skills, that which you have taught each other throughout the relationship, will help you resolve those disagreements and also make you understand that disagreements are part of relationships, because you are your own unique person who is bringing that uniqueness into your relationship. Criticism that comes from my husband is the best one, because I know that he will not lead me astray. We have an understanding, therefore I do not doubt his love for our marriage or loyalty thereof. What are your rules for resolving conflict respectfully? If you do not want to scream or shout, lie down on your back flat. You will not be able to shout for long in that position. Learning each other's communication styles helps prevent resentment and misunderstanding later in the relationship. Discuss your communication styles. Everybody has their own communication style. Come on, guys. The whole point of being in a relationship is to talk to each other about yourselves until you start repeating stuff. I have just realized that I sound like my mom, because sometimes when I say something to my husband, he says, "You have already told me more than once." Maybe this is 14. Number 7. Before you get married, ask, where do you see yourself in 5, 10, or 20 years? Yes, it's a job interview. You're going to spend the rest of your life with this person. You need to understand, what is this person's plans? Do you plan on us having a house maybe in 5 years, or we'll still be staying in a back room with 10 children? You need to find these things out. They're very important. They might sound like a joke right now, but they are very important. A person who has no vision of the future is a waste of time. They will be content even in the worst situations. Do you want children? If so, how many and when? This topic is very important. Everyone assumes that everyone wants to procreate. There are people like me who do not want children now or in the future by choice. Talk to your partner about these things. A child is irreversible, and you cannot expect a person to have a child with you just to make you happy. What about their own happiness? Because having that child might actually make them not happy. So now you're in a relationship or marriage whereby the other person is happy because they think being happy, having a child means being happy. And we have someone else who's not happy because they feel like I was not ready yet, or rather I do not want to have children at all. A lot of people, if given a chance, would not have opted to have kids at the stage that they had kids at. Some did it because they thought that is what they are supposed to do and not what they wanted to do. You need to also discuss the possibility of infertility. How do you cross that bridge if one of the partners is infertile? And I'm saying one of the partners because the world, when there is no child coming, the world thinks that the only person who was an issue is the wife, and they don't look at the husband. Hence I'm saying one of the partners. Because dearest partner, husband, you might be the problem. To the women, my gender, do not fall pregnant for that guy just so he can prove that you are fertile. Certainly he's marrying you for the wrong reasons. You will never be woman enough in his books until you produce an offspring. Luckily, you are able to give him a baby out of wedlock, and he marries you all because of the child. And then unfortunately you lose that baby, touch wood, and you cannot fall pregnant again. Then what? Marry each other because you love each other and you want to spend the rest of your life with your best friend, not a baby-making machine or a sperm reservoir. What kind of lifestyle do you envision? City life, rural home, travel, or stability? I like going on vacations. I like nice things, and I do not like solo trips. So I want him by my side for every single trip. So you need to make sure that you marry someone who likes the same things that you do. Especially when it comes to fun. Being aligned on your long-term vision helps you grow together, not apart. So, just to add, this was not part of the video. It's our phones now. We know each other's passwords. It's our money, our budget, our thoughts, our decisions, our space, our friends or no friends at all, our business ideas, our education. You are not the president of the country, Papa, or company. We are. Okay? Men, you are the head. Women, you are the neck. Children are the body. However, men, do not ever forget that the head cannot move nor do anything without the neck. Therefore, make sure that you get yourself a strong, loving, and stern neck that doesn't just do that. My point is, everything that you do will directly or indirectly affect your partner, whether you like it or not. At least give them the courtesy of being part of your life. So my final thoughts. Marriage is not just about saying I love you. Because Lona, you guys can say I love you without even meaning it. So it has lost its meaning. It's about saying I understand you and I choose to walk this path with you. Taking time to have these conversations before engagement or marriage is not a sign of doubt. It's a sign of maturity. In our South African context, as South Africans, where cultural expectations and modern realities meet, being emotionally and mentally prepared is one of the best gifts you can give to each other and to your future marriage. Congratulations on your next step. Mayehlulu Luis ingane yethu.